if your urge to utterly dominate and just become the fucking best in the world isn't just consuming you, then you're not going to become successful. Or at least you might become successful, but you're not going to become the best. What do you think about that, Jan? What do you think it takes to become the best in the world?
There are a bunch of people competing for the small things like 10k a month and maybe 40k a month, but there's no one competing for 400 million per month. So if you just aim for that and you take action every day to get closer to that, winning is actually quite easy because no one is thinking that big. So if you take the small actions to get there, you're gonna destroy the small ones and you're basically...
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you think about it from an effort perspective, Elon Musk and the person who owns a few Italian restaurants in New York probably work equally as hard. Elon Musk is extremely hardworking. I mean, I don't know Elon Musk, but I met a guy who's making over $200 million per year. One of the hardest workers that I know, one of the best operators that I know. And I promise you, my grandfather, who owns a restaurant in Mexico, works equally as hard as him. Massive respect to my grandfather, one of the hardest working men I know, love him to death. But the reason that my grandfather isn't making $200 million per year profit is simply because they had a lack of thinking bigger. And on air to say that, the reason that I'm not making $100 million per year, I guess, I mean, there's multiple reasons as to why I'm not making $100 million per year. One of them is skills, the other one is time just hasn't caught up to me. I mean, I just turned 19, so, I mean, that might be a reason as to why. But the thing is that the effort that goes into making 10k a month and making, let's just say, I don't know, I don't want to push too hard, but let's say 100k a month, the effort's really not that different, at least from what I've seen. I'm not making 100k a month right now, so, like, I mean, like I said, time has to catch up to me, and it might be a bit hypocritical that I'm speaking about this, but genuinely, I think, I mean, Jan put it perfectly. People are, like, everyone's competing for 10k a month, everyone's competing for these small little goals. Why not compete for $1 billion a year? I mean, Panda Express CEO, or like one of the guys from Panda Express, he is making $900 million per year profit. I think he did $3 billion in revenue last year, and he profited 30%. That's fucking insane. So if you're not thinking like, man, there are people genuinely making these types of numbers, then you're not. Now, obviously, there are different people who have different goals, but if your goal is to become the best and you're not obsessing over it, it's going to be very, very hard to dominate because there's going to be people like, I don't want to toot my horn, but there's going to be people like me, and there's going to be people who are just utterly obsessed, who are going to smoke you and who are going to put you in the fucking ground, because there are people who will stop at nothing to achieve everything that they want. They're like, whatever goals they set in their mind or whatever goal they have, they will stop at nothing and they will run over everything and everyone to get to that goal. And whenever you make a team of people who are extremely hungry and extremely driven to attain that same goal, it gets... I don't want to say it gets ugly. On the contrary, I think it's extremely dangerous, and it's beautiful to see in action. It's currently what we're living through right now in Colombia. And if you guys don't see, I mean, look, let me see. No, this doesn't do justice. Let me show you guys the view that we have right now. We're barely getting started. So this is the view. It's currently 11 something p.m. and all we're doing right now is just cranking out work. I think it's almost 12 a.m. Jan's over here just looking the old, and we're just fucking ripping out work.
See yourself, bruh. Look at him, bruh.
Like, genuinely, becoming the best takes a different level. Like, I don't think I've ever been this... Like, I always consider myself a decently hard worker, but this level of obsession and this level of commitment to wanting to attain a certain goal is insane. And don't get me wrong, I still, like, I'm guilty of going out with chicks once in a while. I'll still live like a normal person.
Every other day.
Not every other day. Maybe, like, once a week, but... But, like, it... Like, the thing is, I think there's levels to it. Like, I personally think there's just like a next level to what I'm doing as well. I think, like, on a scale from 1 to 10, in terms of like outputs that I'm doing right now, I'd probably give myself an 8, and I want to get to a 12. So I've got work to do, and I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Jan? What do you think you're at?
It's just you are not in the position that you're right now because Alex Ramosi, for example, he hates being broke more than you hate being broke. Our tolerance for being poor is higher than his tolerance was for being poor. So he was willing to go through more pain to get to the destination than we did until right now. Like, we still have too many vices in our lives to keep us down. Or yeah, we're basically just not willing to go through enough pain to get to
but what do you think? I do also believe that there's a certain level of, like, just time has to catch up to you.
It's compounding.
Yeah.
But if he was saying that he was genuinely only spending 2K a month and he was investing everything and buying mentorship and shit. That's not what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like, there's always more pain, and of course we're looking for education and we're failing more. But now we just did one thumbnail per video for a very long time, and now I raised the bar to making 4 different thumbnails per video. So you feel more. Like I go through more pain per video. I was already doing this, but now I'm 4 times like X
Yeah.
the input.
Right.
So more pain.
Yeah, more pain. I mean, that kind of sums it up. Like, there's genuinely levels to this shit. There are people who, I don't know, there's just levels to this shit. I mean, right now, I would consider myself pretty obsessed, and like the urge and the desire to win is high. But there's somebody out there who probably has a higher desire to win than I do, and that makes me mad, and that makes me want to have an even higher desire to win and just fucking crush. Because this is like playing like an IRL video game, and I don't even like. I guess you could argue that there's a little bit of ego that goes into it, but I think that there's a certain breed of humans that want to win. That isn't just necessarily for ego. It's not for women. It's not for chicks. I think there always might be a little bit of status that goes into it, but there's something more to it. There's something engraved in certain people that I don't really know how to explain. It's hard to explain, but man, things are getting exciting. Like dominating the world. That's the type of shit that excites me, man. And it like we're barely getting started. I don't want to say any numbers. It's something that Josh always does. He loves saying numbers, and I don't want to say any numbers. I'm against saying numbers, but I'm optimistic for the future, and I just want to say, in 5 years from now, I'm gonna be Batman.
Just look in 24 months where we are at. Just
24 months.
keep your eyes open.
Yeah. Hopefully, I don't get exposed for some fucked up shit. That'd be bugged.
That will definitely happen.